All right, away we go. It is another nightcap right here on BearcatJournal.com. I'm Chad Brendel. He's Aaron Smith. It is Wednesday, February 16th. I never know what day it is, Aaron. It's my life anymore. Like, what day is it?
You're getting old.
As always, thanks to our friends at Galactic Fried Chicken. Visit www.galacticfriedchicken.com. Download the app. You can order from there. They will deliver. You can order pickup. Android, iPhone, everything Galactic, Android. Sound like Aaron last night.
Yeah, that was a struggle bus.
That was a great performance from you. I don't know how you kept your head up.
I couldn't even go back and listen to the whole thing. I was so embarrassed. I tried.
You weren't great. I mean, the effort was there. It was much like the basketball team. The effort was there. The performance just didn't match the effort.
Not up to snuff.
Or go into Galactic, Dayton, Kentucky. Get yourself some sauce. Galactic sauce. I use that shit on everything. Let's get to it, Aaron.
Let's.
Go to Dayton. Go to the store. Say pump it up. Get 15% off. It's the best advice I can give you.
It's good.
Tomorrow night is a big one for the Bearcats. 16-9 now, 25 games in. You got 6 games left, 3 at home, 3 winnable games at home. Wichita State, Temple, and South Florida. 3 very difficult games on the road. That's not to say Central Florida is great, but Cincinnati has not particularly been an outstanding road team. And Central Florida is good enough that I would guess Central Florida is going to be the favorite in that game. Or at least it's going to be very close, the spread.
Yep.
At Houston, at SMU. If you're going to get to 20 wins, and I think everybody is of the belief that 20 wins would be successful for what we've seen from this team this season.
I'd agree.
You got to win the 3 home games. You got to beat Wichita State. You got to beat Temple. You got to beat South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And those are 3 of the next 4. The Wichita State poses some problems. The biggest question tomorrow night, I think, is will Abdul Adu be ready? Because Morris Udeze is a large human. Cincinnati did a very good job on him in the game at Wichita. And it's a big reason why Cincinnati was able to pull out that win. The other key thing, Aaron, and a lot of it ties into will Abdul Adu be ready, is defense has to improve. You cannot, for the past 4 individual halves, the opponent has shot over 50%. That's not like, sometimes a team gets hot, right?
Yeah.
And they have a half where they shoot really well, and then you play better in the second half, and you hold that shooting percentage down, but they still end up shooting over 50% for the game. In each of the last 2 games, Aaron, Tulsa and Memphis shot over 50% in the first half and raised their shooting percentage in the second half.
Those also happen to be the 2 games of the two of the 4 games that they have allowed 80 points or more.
Yeah. Well, that's what's going to happen if your opponent shoots
absolutely
over 50% for the game. You can have them. She's killing me the past couple of days. She's free nilly. She just thinks she can walk into the office while daddy's work, I'm working and then do whatever.
Isn't bedtime 10?
I'm talking about my wife.
Oh.
The kid's in bed. This is 2 nights in a row now. You don't remember last night because you were not in a position to remember anything. But last night she came in and she was like sign languaging me from off the screen. Like
I was struggling to keep my head up. I mean, there's no way I would have noticed that last night.
But this is like they have got to figure it out defensively, and that will be greatly helped if Ado is back on the floor. I think we're learning. Like a lot of people have underestimated the value of Abdul because he hasn't been much of a scoring threat.
He's just a redwood in the middle of the floor.
Right. His defense has been critical to the success of this team. He turned his ankle against South Florida. He was not himself against Tulsa. He was out against Memphis, and the defense has tanked in those two games. So it will be we will be on Abdul Ado watch, sitting courtside. You know, I usually get there about an hour and 45 minutes, an hour and a half before the game. We will be waiting to see if he is out there warming up or if he walks out in street clothes. When he walked out in street clothes against Memphis, it was like,
Oh no.
Oh boy. Can you get in trouble for like insider trading on gambling?
Probably. I feel like they always catch the people who are down at the bottom anyway. Like the people that
so when he came out, like I think I'm clear in saying what I'm about to say. When he came out, the arena was open. So if you had tickets, you could get in. There were students there. I had a fan tweet me, why is Abdul in street clothes at this point? And I texted Dave and I said, I know you just got off the plane. I know you just got home. But Abdul's not playing against Memphis. So do with that what you will. And I think Dave made a few dollars on last night's game.
Good for him.
I gave it to him about this. I tweeted it. Like I think I gave it to him after I tweeted it and put it on the message board. So it wasn't like it was like insider trading per se. But yeah.
Well, the thing about this game too is their 6-man might be better than a lot of players.
Yeah, Ricky Council's really good
on Cincinnati's team. I just don't know.
I feel comfortable saying he would probably. There's a good chance he'd be a starter for the Bearcats.
For sure. I'm just kind of curious to see if he ends up eating tomorrow night, if Udezi ends up eating, if Adu can't go, or if it's the Tyson Etienne show, as it tends to be.
And you still have Dexter Dennis. Like we talk about, Cincinnati has a need to go 3 or 4 deep in scoring options. And right now they've only gone 2 deep. They're going to need some other guys to step up, and they're going to have to play really good defense because, as we just mentioned, Wichita State has 4 guys offensively that can cause problems.
And one comes off the bench.
One comes off the bench. So, yeah. It's going to be a very interesting one because that's a team that fought back really hard to get back in that game against Memphis. They exerted a lot of effort, a lot of energy to cut a 17-point lead down to 4 in the second half. It wasn't enough, but you know, they scored 48 points in the second half. They beat Memphis 48-40 in the second half. That's a team that put it all on the line in that stretch of 20 minutes. And now it's NCAA tournament style, right? You got to turn back around. And 2 nights later, be ready to play another competitive, physical game. We're going to learn a lot.
Go ahead.
We're going to learn a lot about this team tomorrow night.
I called this game a must-win in my preview.
Right now, or any of them, like I get what you're saying. I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying you're not playing your way into the tournament.
No, and I get that.
Over these next 6 games.
I think that this game can be a real boost of confidence, though, for a team that is severely lacking in that right now. When you lose to Tulsa, when you lose to Memphis, I guess, is a little bit more expected, but losing to Tulsa, losing 3 of your last 4, this team, I think, could use an injection of just adrenaline, and I think that would give it to them. Not to mention the fact that over the course of the next 6 games, I think you have a real chance to go 4-2 as opposed to 3-3, as Dave was saying tonight, if you can win this game.
I think the focus would be 3-3.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think you can steal one on the road, maybe not from Houston, but I don't know. I think that you could potentially steal SMU last game of the season, although I know you've brought up that that's going to be their senior night. They're going to be out for blood.
And they got their teeth kicked in by Cincinnati the first time around.
Or UCF, another middling team here in the American where
just they've had trouble on the road with that situation more often than not. So I agree with you on this. If you're going to gain some momentum and win one of those road games, the start has to be tomorrow night. Yeah. Like I fully agree with you there. I think you're right. Because if you can beat Wichita and then you turn that into a win against Temple, now you're going to use UCF on a little bit of a winning streak. Should I call them Florida Tech for the rest of because they hung up the banner during 70s night that said Florida Tech. Boy, the fans of the Knights of Gold from Central Florida University would be really upset if I called them Florida Tech for the next week.
Probably. It'd be even funnier if they had throwbacks that said Florida Tech.
Oh, nah, because then they would be in on it. I don't want them to be in on it. I just want to be an asshole. Like, I think that, that it's a big game. Like Cincinnati needs this one. Bad.
Yeah, I think more than just the team. I think the fans need it too. Having lost Sunday, having lost last night, losing the Super Bowl. I think a win would be good for all parties involved.
Sure. You worry about that aspect a lot more than I do. That's why I have you on, so you can provide the insight that is in my blind spot, I guess. Good for you.
Sure.
Just a reminder, things are coming together for Friday. We are doing a subathon for those of you that have not heard yet. We'll be on the YouTube channel right here, only exclusively right here on the YouTube channel. 12 hours, noon to midnight.
Lining up the guests.
Distinguished guests. We will at some point in the day. I can't tell you when because I don't know when, because he's in Mexico. And God knows how this is going to work. At some point from noon to midnight, Luke Fickle will be joining us. So you probably should just watch the whole 12 hours.
The whole thing.
Just to figure it out.
You got to be watching to win one of the 12 giveaways.
We do have 12 giveaways. Our partner that has stepped up to sponsor the subathon, our good friends at 513 Shirts, they are giving away 8 times during the day. You will have a chance to pick out BCJ gear from the 513 Shirt store. So the hats, we've got trucker hats, we've got the Flex Fit hats that Aaron and I are wearing right now. I've got the black, he's got the red. We've got the hoodies, we've got t-shirts, we've got the Red Helms line. And we got a lot of Red Helms fans out there. So 8 opportunities to get yourself some free 513 Shirts gear throughout the day. 4 opportunities to get yourself the Cincinnati flag. Look at that.
Boom.
Boom, right there. And then we're working on some other things. Like we said, Luke Fickle at some point will be joining us. Dan Horde is given a soft verbal. We're still he's headed out of town Friday.
He should also
So-
be vacationing.
Yeah, I think that's what he's
Yeah.
leaving town Friday, but he's going to try to squeeze us in before he exits town.
He's
Which-
been working since what? Like,
August.
I mean, just straight.
Yeah.
Maybe even before
Well,
that.
and
Because
he has to work Sunday
he was a camp. Oh my gosh.
because there's a basketball game. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't get off until basketball season ends.
Man.
So he's going to try to join us before he exits town. Mo Egger is going to be joining us. We have verbal agreements with guys like Leonard Stokes and Steve Logan, and working on Kashmir Wright. There's feelers out to a lot of different folks that we haven't heard from yet, but we're doing the best we can. You'll hear from our sponsors. Shane from Galactic, Danco Joe from Danco. It's like I had like a burp that I was trying not to just like cause havoc here on the stream. And then, Dave is said he's potentially going to join us long after the sun goes down. A little Dave After Dark action. Justin Williams has volunteered his services if we need him late at night when he's doing dishes with his yellow rubber gloves on.
I don't know any part of that.
So it's gonna be off the wall. Like it's gonna be goofy. Aaron and I are gonna lose our minds at some point midway through. Expect the unexpected. We'll be trying to me. I'll be sitting here trying to book guests as we're live, trying to do all kinds of crazy stuff. Maybe we'll have you join us, hop into the broadcast.
That's you, the listener, not me.
You, the listener. No, you'll be here the whole 12 hours.
Yeah.
Are you just ordering food in, like you're bunkering in the entire day?
Quite possibly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. And maybe Ed and Jeff will pop on at some point in time. Doesn't even have to be together. Like if they just want to individually stop in and say hello and chat for a little while, that's a possibility. And we'll go from there. We're going to have fun.
Mick Walker
will be joining us. We did book that today. So we'll be talking some recruiting at some point in time during the day. Brent, if he can clear his busy schedule.
He might have a wedding.
He might. It's a Friday.
It is a Friday.
God knows with him. We're getting back into wedding season, right? Around.
It's getting close, yeah.
Yeah.
We're about a month out.
Yeah. So God knows with him. But everybody's going to pop in. Everybody's going to stop by and chat and have some fun. And you should be here too. And in order to win the BCJ merch, in order to win the flags, maybe we'll have some other giveaways from some of our other sponsors throughout the day. In order to do that, you're going to have to be here. You're going to have to subscribe. It's a subathon. So the point is getting you to sub. You have to sub. You have to comment. You have to like. And if you do those things, then you can win prizes.
Get you your swag.
Yeah. Just swag bag. All right, Aaron. That's going to wrap it up.
Cool.
Bearcats Shockers. Tomorrow night. It's a big one. In the overall picture of how this season ends, this is the biggest one yet. He's Aaron Smith. Hopefully, fat tires are $5 tomorrow instead of $2. It's the nightcap right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya.